What's up, fam, and welcome back to another video on the DC Cycling channel. We've got a special one for you here today. This is a little group ride slash race simulation analysis down here at Hains Point. Kind of an interesting thing that we did. Right now, I am going to be channeling my inner Chris Tolley. So this ride for the NCVC Cat 4-5 squad was supposed to be something like a crit simulation, but you could see that we had these barriers that were put up on either side of Hains Point here. They're always there, but they open up at a certain point of the day. Well, they were closed the whole time, which really kind of threw a wrench in the works in terms of our ability to be able to do this crit simulation. So what ended up happening was we sort of ended up doing it lap for lap rather than 1 hour of power, which was the original intention. So now we're on the first real lap here, ramping it up, and you're going to see Brian and I. Brian's the guy behind me on the yellow bike. We just sort of roll right off the front here, but we pretty much immediately dial it back because we're like, okay, we're going to be out here for a while, and we don't want to blow our matches like right at the beginning here. So we let the group catch us. And as soon as we're caught, we are countered by Josh there and Brad right behind him. And there's no way I'm letting that go. These guys are two of the strongest in the field, so if they get up the road, they're not coming back. So now it's me, Brian, Brad, Josh off the front, and we immediately sort of start to work together once we get onto the windward side of Hains Point here. And, we get a little further down the road, and we kind of decide, this is just the first lap. Maybe we should let the rest of the guys play. So we dialed it back, we let the group regroup, and now here we are starting the second lap again. Now on the second one, we as a group, we kind of just stay together all the way till the end. Nobody really attacks or anything. And I think we're all just thinking at this point, hopefully the Park Service is going to come out and open these gates so that we can actually ride around without having to ride through this gutter slow and single file, or ride around the other gate in the dirt, as you're going to see a couple of times here. That actually never happened. So what we started to do was take it lap by lap and go for what is the finish line on Hains Point, which you're going to see a couple of times. It's this little blue line on the ground, and it's at the second of these yellow signs. All right, so we're going to start the third lap here in a second. But we're about to have another variable thrown into this. This guy over here on the right with the yellow on his feet, that guy's name is Bill Longwell. He is one of the strongest guys, the biggest hitters out here in the DC area. And he decided he was going to join our ride. So there you see him now behind us as we're going through here. And that really threw another wrench in the works here. I thought I was going to do pretty well today and maybe be able to win some sprints and things. And this guy shows up, and now I'm like, all right, now what are we going to do? Because he's pretty well known to be able to beat this entire field. So here we are on lap 3. Don't know what's going to happen. I'll tell you what does happen, though. Josh gets on the front here and decides that it's time to measure the PBs. So you can see I'm sitting here doing 400 watts in his draft, and he rips it for a little while. So then I'm taking a pull, and we do just a little bit of rotating here on the leeward side of Hains Point. I peel off, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to let some other people be on the front here. And I know that we're swinging around, so the wind is kind of coming from our right side. So what I'm doing now is I'm dropping off the back and repositioning myself so that when we come around the point here, I will be on the right side of everybody, because now the wind is coming from our, it's a headwind, but also from our left. So now I'm I'm pretty well in the draft here. But then we get around here, and then I end up on the front, and I end up with a little gap. I actually gapped off Brad there and some of the others, which I actually didn't intend to do. But then Brad grinds it out. He catches me, and then Brian, and you can see Josh and Bill there, and Josh attacks right at the perfect moment, and Bill goes with him. I've just taken a pull. Brad's taking a pull. We're all tired. Those two guys up the road, they are absolutely the strongest two guys in this field. We never see those two guys again on this lap. They're gone. Back through the gutter. That's the end of that lap. Bingo, bango, bongo. We're on to the next one. What is this? This is lap 4. Alright, so I'm like, I gotta do something different here. Now, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I really didn't have any idea what I was thinking here. But, you know, Brian pulled off. Brad's on the front. I was like, these are some of the strongest guys. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to attack right here. And I do. But what I didn't know was that Bill Longwell was on my wheel. And he follows me easily and pretty much brings everybody with him. So at a certain point, though, I look over. I can see the shadows looming to my right. And I noticed that I've got a bunch of people on my wheel. But I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna keep giving it some gas and see, you know, if I can splinter this field pretty well. And I decided I'm just gonna stay on the front here, going hard until we get around the point, and then I'm gonna stay tight to the right to more or less gutter it. But because I had just done so many watts, I kind of forget that these parking spaces can also be navigated. And there goes Bill. He attacks after that. And I kind of just shut it down. I'm like, okay, no, I'm not chasing that. And then you can see some of the other guys, they start to pull through. Nobody really wants to chase. But we do chase Bill. It's hard. We don't see him for a while. I just want to show you Evan in the Michigan kit. I just want to show you his pain face here. That's why I included these clips. Great pain face, Evan. Great to have you on the ride. But we get up, we can see Bill in the distance, and Alex there, Blue Bike Alex, he attacks as we're getting close. I try to go with him, and I don't know if Bill thought he had it, or he just sat up, or he's tired, but man, like, Alex gets him, because that wasn't the line. That second sign that you see right there is the line, and I don't know, I guess I kind of got Bill too, but I thought he kind of just, you know, it was obvious that he had won it, and he just, you know, stopped trying at a certain point. So I think he probably could have beat us pretty easily had he kept putting out an effort there. That's that. So now we're on to lap 5 of 6. So at that point, I'm like, all right, that didn't work so well. So now what do I do? All right, so now I'm gonna get on Bill's wheel. That's my game plan this time. That's it. Just get on Bill's wheel. That's my game plan. Not much of a plan. And we're rolling around here again. Group kind of stays together again until the end, but at this point we're like, okay, now I think we're probably gonna sprint it out. So we do some rotating. As you can see, we got it sped up here. And all right, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm in Josh's draft. Starts to ramp up, and but there was Bill coming up on my wheel as I launch the sprint. I'm ahead. He stays in my draft until just the right moment, and then goes by me and beats me by about a bike length for the sprint. That's what happens when the hitters show up. And now we're on to the last lap. So again, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll try something different. I'm like, this is the last one. I already knew at this point I was going to do a long bomb attack on the windward side. So I take a little bit on the front, but not too much. Let these guys go through. Now this time, you can see, this is the first time I think I saw Bill take a pull. No offense, Bill, if you did it earlier and I missed it, but I'm pretty glad to see that. So this time we're coming around the point, and yeah, I'm feeling like I'm in a pretty good position because I know, Bill's taking a pretty good pull. I got Brian on my wheel, and there he goes. Bill's just peeling off the front there. Josh is taking a pull, and I decide, okay, when Josh starts to pull off, I'm gonna attack, which is what I do. In hindsight, I probably did too many watts at the beginning of that, and I probably should have taken a pull earlier. But I'm like, okay, let's do it. I'm gonna go get my teeth pulled at the dentist after this. This is the last, couple of minutes of riding I got, so let's do it. So I sit there, I hammer away, and those guys back there, I guess nobody really wanted to chase yet. And I'm motoring away, but I do start to fade quite a bit. Probably because I was missing my music. If I've got some metal playing, I'll be pretty good. But I'm fading. The group is kind of catching. And at a certain point, Bill attacked all of them and came for me with a couple of guys in tow. The maniacal scream laughing was a fantastic touch. Frankly, I loved it. You can see Josh came in after him. And now here comes Brian, and Brian is coming, and he's coming, and I start to hit it again. I'm like, no. And I came in for 4th after that. But that was an amazing ride. What a great group ride. Had a ton of fun doing that, and certainly hope we get to do more. So, yeah, look out for more videos coming from me. I have a race coming up in a few weeks in Pennsylvania. I'm doing a race down in Hampton Roads in Virginia. And then the Armed Forces Cycling Classic is coming up after that. And some other rides in between. So thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. If you have any advice on my filmmaking, editing, racing, whatever, please put those comments down below. And I will see you on the next one. There was an attempt.